What's up everyone, and welcome to Weird Westeros, where I go over weird histories, lores, and theories from A Song of Ice and Fire. Just because the show is over doesn't mean we can't still talk Game of Thrones. Today is part 2 of a 4-part miniseries covering the 4 weirdest structures in a Game of Thrones. Specifically, in this episode, we're going to talk about the Nightfort. That said, let's get into it. The Nightfort is the oldest and greatest of all of the castles on the Wall, and was for thousands of years the chief seat of the Watch, to protect the Wall and man against their most powerful foe, the others. But instead, it would become legendary because of a dark incident in its past. Archmaester Harmon wrote Watchers on the Wall, a recounting of the infamous tale of the 13th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, the Night's King. At the center of this was the Nightfort. The Night's King, whose original name has been erased from history, bedded a sorceress, pale as a corpse, and declared himself king and ruled the Night's Watch from the Nightfort for 13 years. Taking this sorceress as his corpse queen, they ruled together until they were dethroned by Brandon the Breaker and Joramun, the king beyond the wall. Leaving a permanent scar on the legacy of the Nightfort. The Night's King, however, wasn't the undoing of the Nightfort. It ultimately fell to the dwindling power of the Night's Watch. For as many men as the Nightfort could hold, it over time was garrisoned by a tiny fraction of what it was. Since it was also costly to maintain, Alysanne Targaryen convinced Lord Commander Lothar Burleigh to abandon the fort for a smaller and newer castle, Deep Lake. Now, the Nightfort lies in ruins. It's full of broken towers, a maze of tunnels, and yards that have become small forests, with a twisted weirwood growing through a hole in the kitchen. It's home to nature, ghosts, shadows, and things that come in the night. A once glorious fortress, it now lives with the stained legacy of housing the very enemy it was meant to destroy. This channel is a passion project of mine. I created it because I love Game of Thrones and I wanted to improve my communication skills through filmmaking. I've learned so much since I've started my journey, and for those of you that have been watching since the beginning, you know my videos have changed. That said, I hope you stay tuned to the next installment in this mini-series where we'll be covering the 5 forts. Thank you so much and see you soon.